Hi everyone. You may have noticed some of the large amount of work that we have going on over here at the lake. And I'm going to take you through a quick summary of what this project entails. If you take a look here, I have a diagram here of the lake system itself and the components that make up this whole lake system. We'll go through them here now. The large basin, most popular near the clubhouse, is what we refer to as the lower lake. As you follow me here, this area here is what we call the upper lake, the stream, and the biofilter here. This system works together by pulling water from the lower lake that's fed to the biofilter that works its way downstream in a circular motion like this. This is our complete system and the parts that make up this whole system here. Now I'll take you to another photo here, which shows you something a little different. Here we have our water line and the type of plants that we have within the system, which all serve different purposes. We have terrestrial plants, emergent plants, floating plants, and submerged plants. All plants serve a different function. Some as food provided for the wildlife that we have here. Some serve as filters, natural filters for the water system, and others serve purely as aesthetic to make the lake look pretty. We have a combination of all these plants here working in unison to keep the lake system at its correct levels. And the issue that we're seeing now, if you look here, we have our water level and kind of eyeing a gauge here, but what we're dealing is with high amounts of sediments that are built up on the bottom portion of the lake. This has been accumulated over years of decomposing plants and some practices that were foreign to us but unknown at the time that were causing the rapid increase in sediment buildup here. Now I'll take you to the details of our biofilter system that we referred to in the earlier frame. This here is our biofilter, which is located next to the tennis courts, next to the first practice putting greens. And what we have within the biofilter is a system we'll go over here in detail as well. So the biofilter is made up of a shell with a liner and a concrete protector. We have media, which is basically just small rocks that fill the shell of this biofilter. As you can see here, we have a main manifold of water supply, and we also have perforated pipes that lead out from this main pipe that runs along this biofilter. The purpose of this system here is to break off the natural bacteria and buildup that you get on top of these rocks here. The problem that we're seeing now is due to the excess sediment that we've had here making its way through the system up here has caused this rock here to become concrete-like, basically sealed shut. These pipes, along with the main manifold, are working too hard to break through almost 5 feet of rock. Our plan is to alleviate this by flushing this system completely, eliminating the level of the rock to an acceptable level to where the pipes are working in unison and with the correct average depth, meaning this pipe will be at the surface level of this rock where it doesn't have to battle through layer and layer of rock and sediment buildup. All this media will be replaced, the system will be completely flushed, and everything will be plumbed to meet the height requirements necessary to get the system functioning properly. This system blasts out air pressure, water pressure through this system here, breaks down these materials, then we back flush it back through the system with our back flush process that we have in our operating manual for this system here. Now I'll take you to the wildlife part of this project. So what we have here is a diagram of natural fisheries or human-made fisheries that we have for the fish in the lake. We have almost 6 locations of these fisheries here, which are hollow concrete pipe set throughout the lake system to provide a habitat and living quarters to protect fish. We're going to remove the sediment buildup that's around these fisheries, clean these out, and also add plants right after we're done, a species called Cara plant, to provide nutrients and also food and protection for these fish here. Now I'll show you where these are located back on our original map from the beginning. The fisheries that we've mentioned are located in these locations here. We have one here next to the wooden bridge, one here closer into the middle part of the lake, another one here, and the biggest one where our pier is, our large wide pier, just beyond it we have the largest one in the system here. So those are 4 in the lower lake. Then we have 2 in addition to that, which are located in the upper lake here and here. And then we have a natural spawning area for fish to spawn and breed along this bank here. You may have seen at times some of the smaller fish spawn in this area right in here between the last part of the upper lake and the beginning of the putting greens off this bridge here. You can notice some spawning going on here. So our goal at the end of the day for this project is to eliminate the sediment, bring in plants that work in unison to keep the lake system natural and at a natural level and serving the purposes that we need them to serve. And we're going to be accomplishing this in the lamest terms. We're going to be using an underwater vacuum to suck up all this muck, get it into the containment units and transport it off here. And then we'll come back and it'll give us a fresh canvas to be able to incorporate everything that we've learned through our manual and through our processes over the last year of investigation. The fresh canvas will provide us the start that we need to keep this lake functioning and as beautiful as we can keep it moving forward.